Hi all and welcome to a new video. Today we are going to be going over cheap war games to try Commentors Edition. These are all of the war games that I could not fit into my other videos that were recommended to me. So some are skirmish, some are larger scale, some are epic, etc. I just didn't have enough of any one to make a video about them, as in no skirmish war game focused, epic scale war game focused, etc. So all of this is going to go under the umbrella of this video, a cheap war game to try, Commentors Edition. Let's jump right into number one. And as always, these are not ordered in any particular way, just kind of how I found them. Starting with our first game is Masters of the Universe Battleground, an extremely unique He-Man themed skirmish war game. This game has a lot of fun environmental interactions, a mana system to allow for dice rerolls and using those environmental interactions, and focused character actions. And to give it its fun little twist, it uses not an alternate activation system, but a deck building system, where each card activates its respective or unique character, allowing you to skew lists in certain ways if you so wish with your activation, or be a bit more balanced. It's an interesting skill expression level to a game that I had never heard of before, and it's got me very interested. I might not pick this up, but I will probably try it out if someone locally owns it, which is what I'll be looking into after this. Armored Clash is a very fun and unique epic scale war game. I so want to play this and so want to get into it. I love epic scale wargaming, especially as my recent forays into it have shown me. This game seems to be getting a lot of support, and the factions are all really unique. And I love alt World War history and all that fun stuff, as my conflict videos most likely show. I have watched so many videos of this game. I love everything I see. One of these days, once I am done with my Cathay project and my Conflict 47 project, I will probably get into this game. Most definitely get into this game. I don't know if probably is a big thing. I The hard part about this game is I'd have to start a scene near me, and I'm already helping so much with the bolt action and old world and trying my hardest to start a conflict scene that I don't know if I can do it. So it kind of depends on if I can get at least one other person to agree to get into this with me. But very interesting system, very fun, looks amazing, plays as an alternate activation war game with super unique units and rules, and totally worth your time. Next up, we have Magnagothica Maleghast by Tom Bloom. This game is amazing. It is so good. It is so fantastic. I I love it. I love the art. I really wish that I had known about this sooner, as Tom Bloom is someone that I have followed since they started doing Lancer, and I feel like I should have known about this game. And I love the artists. I love Kill 6 Billion Demons. I love the styles. I love the Lancer art. Like, this game is a 2 to 4 player skirmish war game that is designed for VTT first and foremost, but I have seen a lot of people do really, really good kit bashes. The game plays as you are dueling necromancers trying to kill each other, and it plays on an 8x8 grid, which usually two necromancers each having 5 to 10 units roughly, and it is really good. It is really fun, it is really quick, it is really snappy, and since it is all played on VTT, the only price of entry is the $6.66 price, which is very on the nose for what it is, and you get to play it. Totally worth it, totally worth your time. I One of the few things I recommend you just go pick up after this for the art alone. Gunframe is a very interesting game. It is probably the smallest of all the games I am covering here, at least niche-wise. It is an anime mecha battle game that, as someone who is very much into anime mecha battle games, I had never heard of before. Of course, I could just be confirmation bias on my side. It is an interesting abstract scale game, as it is described, that uses 6mm to 28mm figures. It's fair. I read through the rules a little bit before making this, and I like what I see. But I also it's one of these weird things where it feels like this is a game made for me. but I don't know if it is. I would recommend trying this out with the minis from the Gundam War game because what I have seen from the Gundam War game so far does not crazy interest me, but the minis are very fascinating, and I like this rule set a little bit more. I like that it's just a bit more customizable. I honestly would probably play this with my Gunpla and just super up the scale somehow. I don't know. That feels like the best way to play this game. There probably is a better rule set for that somewhere, though. I still recommend taking a look at it, especially if you think it's going to scratch an itch for you. Next up, we have Rain in Hell, something else I should have known about, as I follow both Adam Loper and Vince Ventrella on a lot of online stuff. I feel bad that I only knew about Space Station 13, sorry, Space Station 0, Majestic 13, and Death Wizards. Space Station 13, just, you know. Rain in Hell is a lot of fun. It is a very simple war game where you play as demons who fight against the robots that defend Earth. If you played their games before, you've got a pretty good idea of how this plays. If not, they're usually pretty quick, snappy, and fun, and don't require as much learning, if that makes sense. Like, they're good base rule sets that don't hurt your brain like 40k or larger rule sets happen. It's pretty easy to get your mind around, pretty easy to play. I would definitely recommend this just based off of their other work. I will just be briefly talking about Sector Alix because it is so tied to 3D printing that I feel like only people who have 3D printers are really the target audience. From what I can see, it is a really cool and unique rule set, but if you don't have a 3D printer, it's not worth looking at. If you do have a 3D printer, go ahead and take a look at it, see if the rule set interests you. I just really like the scale, and I really like the aesthetic, but it's neat. 1490 Doom is a skirmish war game that is both co-op and solo slash, adversarial as normal. That is a fun and interesting setting. It is in the year of 1490 as per, and highly encourages kit bashing. It is another one that is easy to learn but hard to master, and it encourages customization and making your own unique minis. I love the art style and I love what I've seen of this. I highly recommend it as a solo war game entry alone, but if you can get a friend to go along with you, this game seems like an absolute utter blast. Warmaster Revolution is a kind of fan-based second edition of the very popular game Warmaster that stopped being supported by GW. There are tons of people who love it. I love this rule set. It is a very fun and interesting miniature, specifically epic scale rule set, and I cannot recommend this more. It is an amazing example of fans grabbing a fun, easy, solid rule set and just running with it. If you see people doing some epic scale war game, there's a good chance if they're doing like some conversion, they're using Warmaster. I love Warmaster. A lot of people know about it. It has a history for a reason. And you should very, very, very much check it out as soon as you are able to. The Drowned Earth, or TDE, is a very fun miniature war game set in a Waterworld-esque setting where you're surviving through the ruins of the past. This game has a lot of kit bashing potential when it comes to ruins, or you could just buy some aquarium plants and kind of stick them around. It is a skirmish war game, a very water-themed skirmish war game, which I just feel like doesn't really happen that much. I wish I could tell you more about how it played, but a lot of the website was broken when I was doing research for this video, and I checked it before editing this video, so if it is still broken, I apologize that I do not have more details. I tried looking around, and I just saw a lot of things about it playing similar to Combat Zone, with a reaction-based system where you can do reactions in the turns, and I think that is pretty neat and still worth checking out. And finally, we have another skirmish game, Rumble Slam. Do you want a game of WWE, but you're painting up fantasy miniatures? Then this is the game for you, and that is all I need to do to sell it. You are already buying it. And you should, because this is a very robust system, And as someone who does not care at all about this type of wrestling, well, that mildly, I guess, not care at all, I respect the amount of effort people have put into it, and I, as many people, occasionally watch a YouTube video that's way too long about it and go, aha, yes, now I understand. All of that being said, this game is worth your time. It is worth checking out. The name alone was enough to grab you if you are someone who is interested in this type of game. And even if you normally aren't, I still recommend taking a look at it just for the things it does unique and differently. Also, the miniatures are pretty good. Kudos to you, TT Combat. I hope all of you enjoyed this shorter video. I should have another video coming out soon-ish. Trademark. I don't want to curse myself and say life is finally calming down, but hopefully life is finally calm. You should see a more regular release from me of at least every other week. I apologize I missed last week. Things happened. Way too many things happened. Have a wonderful weekend all, and I'll see you all next week.